This video has absolutely nothing to do with reloading, but it was something I wanted to put out there, and it's something other channels and other avenues of information have provided, but something happened over the past day that really drove this home that it just makes you, it's heartbreaking. It makes you want to just scream at the top of your lungs. And what I want to scream at the top of my lungs is I hate scammers. I really do. And we live in such a world today where the scammers are getting so polished. It used to be so obvious to see when you got an email from a barrister about the Nigerian prince leaving you millions of dollars and here are the steps to collect your millions. Completely obvious. Now the phishing and the scamming is so good that when you get the emails or the texts or the whatever, you don't even know. Wow, it looks like it's from PayPal. Oh, it looks like it's from my bank. Oh, it looks like it's from wherever. And the scams that are happening more often now are in the crypto space because crypto is gaining momentum. And you just saw the Genius bill getting passed and the U.S. diving deeper, more so than in the last 4 years under the previous SEC and administration of, sue now, settle later approach. And folks are getting more crypto interested. And I have talked to people in the past about crypto, and the number one thing I would always say that if you're going to go into crypto, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And people would look at me like, what do you mean? I'm like, you personally should be your own custodian. You need to get a hardware wallet, a software wallet, a paper wallet, any kind of wallet other than keeping your crypto on an exchange. Because cryptos are not like banks. You know, if you have your $10,000 in Bank of America and Bank of America goes out of business or they get robbed, your money's safe in theory. Backed by the FDIC up to $250,000 individually per account. So crypto exchanges are not they're not there yet. They're not ready for that level of protection and regulation. I'm sure it will come. Maybe this year, maybe next, maybe soon, but not now. So I believe there actually are some exchanges that are offering protection and guarantees, but then there's others who are not. So it's a mixed bag across the spectrum. But what was heartbreaking was we had a friend who contacted us, 70 plus years old, still working part-time, super go-getter, lovely person, to tell us they think their crypto was, their account was hacked on exchange. And this particular exchange, the reason this happened is because they got a text apparently from this exchange and they were concerned. Oh my goodness, let me respond. It's almost like elder abuse. You know, somebody in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, other age groups, maybe savvy enough to know, well, this is a scam. This isn't real. You know, my exchange would never reach out to me, kind of like the IRS or the Social Security Administration. You know, they only contact you via mail, snail mail. So to get a text from your exchange should immediately and constantly raise a bright red flag, waving red flag. Well, anyway, this particular person was in such a concern for the safety of their crypto, Bitcoin in this example, that they followed all the instructions. You know, contacted them, clicked on the link, contacted them, spoke to them. Oh, they had an English accent as opposed to some other nationality. And followed all their instructions to the point of copying passport photos, passport images, and sending those. Their account was hacked. They lost their crypto. And in today's world, so many other accounts are linked. Like you could have an exchange account linked to your bank account so that once you're in your exchange account, you can purchase more crypto because it automatically withdraws from your linked other accounts. And again, everything today is so online-ish that people from a convenience point of view want all of their stuff linked together, so everything's just a few clicks away. And multi-factor authentication should be a minimum, whether it's Google Authenticator or requiring text to sell something. But these scammers are so good at what they do. I think one of the comments was, "Oh yeah, I have my facial recognition on my accounts." Like, well, if they have your passport picture, they have a picture of your face, and maybe they can bypass, facial recognition. Again, I don't know how good facial recognition is for password if real face versus a photo face. But the point being, they fell for the text and opened the door and just gave their money away. And the best thing that the exchanges could say, or that the people, the banks, were talk to the FBI. FBI's not going to do anything. You're a small fish in a big sea, not even going to blink. Painful lesson. Money and thieves, some of the best teachers, most painful lessons. So please, if you are in the crypto space, the number one thing I would always tell people, hardware wallet. Now I'm going to amend that. The second most important rule, never click a link. Never respond to a text. Never, never, never. It's just not worth it. And to be 70 plus years old and to be using crypto as a means of assisting retirement, wonderful idea. But to have somebody come along and just take that money away in an instant, years and years of savings and investing, to have somebody come along and take that away in an instant is brutal. So please, please, hardware wallet, you don't hold it, you don't own it. Multi-factor authentication, and never click a link. No text, no email, no anything. You initiate. Don't wait for somebody else to send you a link. Be careful out there.